don't know what is. Something got changed. You want to see this thing? I don't know if I change anything or
Focus.
Focus. No, focus means just focus on center and thing. Haribo, Amrita, how are you? How's your leg? Are you dancing? Oh, very good. Yeah, yeah. You want to set mic, make it more clear. Yes, Prabhu. We just about to start. Okay. But we didn't start yet. First, I want to see if this laptop sound is okay for you. What do you do? Yeah. First, we will see if the laptop sound is good. If not, you can call me. You're not getting any sound? Can you hear now? Yes, Prabhu. Can you hear now? Okay. First, we will try this. If it doesn't go, then we will try. Yeah. So first, let's try with the laptop. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here you go. Here, I think. You can charge it now. Vishnupadaya, Vishnapreshaya, Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Itinami.
Vishnupadaya, Vishnapreshaya, Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Itinami.
Namaste, Saraswati Gauravani Katari, Nindishesha, Sunyavadi, Vasyakari Katari.
Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Pracharini, Nirvishesha, Shunyavadi.
Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shiva Sadhika Bhakta
Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shiva Sadhika
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Bhakta
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. On phone, speakerphone, so they can hear laptop. They can hear more clearly. Reading from fourth chapter, 35th sloka. Yeah. Fourth chapter, 35th sloka. Got that? Fourth chapter, 35th. Yat ज्ञात्वा न पुनः मोहम एवं यस्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अथो मयि यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवमास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं नास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि
यज्ञात्वा न
पुनर्मोहम्
यशि पांडव
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि
द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् यस्यसि पांडव
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि
राक्षसात्मानि न पशु मयि यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि
राक्षसी आत्मनि अतो
मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पांडव
एवं यास्यसि पांडव
येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्राक्षस्य आत्मनि अतो मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि
द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अतो मयि यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि
आत्मनि अतो
मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पांडव
येन भूतानि अशेषानि
द्रक्ष्यस्य आत्मनि अतो मयि यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पांडव येन भूतानि अशेषानि द्रक्ष्यसि
आत्मनि अतो मयि
राक्षसी आत्मनि अतो मयि
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम्
यास्यसि पाण्डव
एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव
येन भूतानि अशेषानि
येन भूतानि अशेषानि
राक्षसी आत्मन्यतो मयि
राक्षसी आत्मनि अतो मयि word for word. Yat, which, Jnatva, knowing, Na, never, Puna, again, Moham, illusion, Evam, like this, Yashasi, you shall go, Pandava, the son of Pandu, Yena, by which, Bhutani, living entities, Asheshani, all, Lakshyasi, you will see, Atmani, the supreme soul, Atho, or in other words, Mai, in me. Translation. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mine. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mine. The result of receiving knowledge from a self-realized soul, or one who knows things as they are, is learning that all living beings are parts and parcels of Supreme Personality Godhead. Lord Sri Krishna. The senses of our existence separate from Krishna is called Maya. Ma, not, Ya, this. Something that we have nothing to do with Krishna. That Krishna is only great historical personality. And that the Absolute is impersonal Brahman. Factually, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, this impersonal Brahman is the personal effulgence of the Krishna. Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of everything. In the Brahma Samhita, it is clearly stated that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes. Even the billions of incarnations are only his different expansions. Similarly, the living entities are also expansions of Krishna. The Mayavadi philosophers wrongly think that Krishna loses his own separate existence in his many expansions. This thought is material nature. We have experience in the material world that a thing, when fragmentally distributed, loses its own original identity. But the Mayavadi philosophers fail to understand that the absolute means 1 plus 1 equals to 1, and that 1 minus 1 is also equal to 1. This is the case in the absolute world. For want of sufficient knowledge in the absolute science, we are now covered with illusion, and therefore we think that we are separate from Krishna. Although we are separated parts of Krishna, we are nevertheless not different from Krishna, not different from Him. The bodily difference of the living entities is Maya, or not actual fact. We are all meant to satisfy Krishna. By Maya alone, Arjuna thought that the temporary bodily relationship with his kinsmen was more important than his eternal relationship with Krishna. The whole teaching of the Gita is targeted towards this end, that a living being, as Krishna's eternal servitor, cannot be separated from Krishna, and his sense of being an identity apart from Krishna is called Maya. The living entities, as separate parts and parcels of the Supreme, have a purpose to fulfill. Having forgotten that purpose since time immemorial, they are situated in different bodies as men, animals, demigods, etc. Such bodily differences arise from forgetfulness of this transcendental service of God. But when one is engaged in transcendental service through Krishna consciousness, one becomes at once liberated from this illusion. One can acquire such pure knowledge only from the bona fide spiritual master and thereby avoid the delusion that the living entity is equal to Krishna. Perfect knowledge is that supreme soul, Krishna, the supreme shelter for all living entities. And giving up such shelter, the living entities are deluded by the material energy, imagining themselves to have separate identity. Thus, under different standards of materiality, they become forgetful of Krishna. When, however, such deluded living entities become situated in Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that they are on the path of liberation, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Muktir hitva niyata rupam swarupena vyavstita. Liberation means to be situated in one's constitutional position as an eternal servant of Krishna consciousness. We will the prayers of introduction. ज्ञातिमन्यस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया दक्षिणविद्यमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो शीतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकलरघुनाथं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सकलललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna, welcome everyone. Last week we covered, you remember last week what we covered? Shrika, you remember anything last week? Yeah, what is it? What is that? You have to get a guru. Okay. From where? Walmart? Coupon? You got a coupon? Yeah, Srinath Prabhu.
Need to approach a spiritual guru, approach him submissively,
Approach a spiritual master submissively.
and ask him for the clarification, render service to him.
Render service to him and ask for clarification. Yes. Very good, yes. Where do you get guru? Last time we discussed about that. Where do you get a guru? Amrita? Which shop? Yeah, Parampara. So we need to get guru from Parampara. Why we have to get from Parampara? Authorized? Jnana, Vijnana. Yes. What is the main reason? Parampara. Start from Krishna. The message is unadulterated. No mixed up. Right? That's the main reason we go to Parampara. Otherwise, you get mixed up messages. If you go to if you approach a guru, who is self-started, then you get his own speculation, not from scriptures. So we should be very careful where to go. That itself should be very endeavor. That should be the main endeavor for at least until we get a guru. We should make sure, we should research, we should test the guru, we should know what are the qualities of guru. We should know a little bit about shastras too. We cannot just be blind. It's like we are going to purchase a gold. We need to know at least minimum qualities of gold. Otherwise, you'll be cheated. Or diamond. You just go there and buy something, some piece of glass, and anyone can pull you that this is a diamond. Right? So you need to know what are the qualities. So you should be a seeker. That means you should be seeking for a guru actively. And at the same time, you pray to Krishna, because we cannot just find by our own endeavor. So we have to pray to Krishna, and Krishna will send you a guru, seeing your sincerity. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, when he was going to forest, he was very determined and sincere to find the search for Lord Vishnu. So then Lord Vishnu sends him Narada. Sends him Narada, go and guide him. He's looking after me. So Krishna himself or Vishnu himself provides the guru. But we should seek first sincerely. That is our qualification, our requirement. Once we seek, then he will provide it. Then with the help of guru, then we obtain Krishna. That's how it works. Okay. So last week we learned that. So this week we are going to learn the results of receiving knowledge from self-realized soul. So what happens after receiving knowledge? So what is the first symptom Krishna is saying here? You will never fall again into such illusion. And then what is the next one? Next result? Yeah. After receiving this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme. In other words, they are mine. So those two things. So you will never fall again into illusion. So here Prabhupada explains that there are two main misconceptions people have when you say Krishna. What is the main misconception? Yeah, in the chapter here, it says Krishna is a historical personality. Something that we have nothing to do with Krishna. That Krishna is only a great historical personality. That absolute is impersonal Brahman. So those two misconceptions. So we need to have a little faith in Krishna before even we start. Because if we just think that Krishna is just a historical personality or some fictitious character, then you will not have any. Then there is no meaning for Bhagavad Gita. So that those doubts we need to be very clear. We need to clear those doubts. It's not Krishna is not just a historical personality. Of course, the history is there. We can see that Krishna did exist. So many historians, they already proved that Krishna existed, and not only Indian but even Greek and other philosophers also. But at the same time, we need to know he is not just a historical personality, but he is Supreme God, Supreme Person of Godhead. As he wishes, he can come anytime. Yada yada hi dharmasya jnanam bhavati bhavata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. So he can come anytime as he wish. So we need to recognize that event, and we should be intelligent enough to accept that. So I'm going to read some quotes from Prabhupada here in the discussion. So God has two features of appearance. To the atheist, he appears as death, and to devotees, theist, he appears as supreme beloved. The hypocrite atheist says that he does not believe in God, but he cannot say that he does not believe in death. Our definition of God is that he is great. That the atheist does not believe in God means that nobody is greater than him. He is God himself, but he is enforced to believe that death is greater than him. In other words, death is the representation of God before atheist. So there are so many misconceptions. If you talk people, there even Hindus, so-called Hindus, we think that they don't believe in scriptures. They go to temple, they worship and everything, but if you really ask him deeply, they don't believe that this is how Mahabharata and Ramayana really happened. That's so unfortunate. So we have to be very careful of these misconceptions. There is God, there is Supreme. Here Prabhupada explains that for devotee he comes as the protector. For the non-devotee he comes as death. So if we don't believe in God, we have to believe, at least we have to believe in death. We cannot avoid that. So atheist, for them, Krishna comes as death. So we have to see what side we are in. Another quote from Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes so-called realist philosophers do not believe that there was any person of the name Vasudeva. Their opinion is that any person distributing Vedic knowledge is called Vasudeva. This class of philosophers, generally being impersonalist, cannot appreciate how one man could write so many books. Actually, it is astonishing. So, again, another speculation. People speculate that there is no person called Vasudeva. Anyone who writes books is Vasudeva. So they try to give less importance to actual person. So that's the Mayavada philosophy. Their main goal is to show less importance to the actual persons. Even Krishna, Vasudeva, they minimize the importance of them. So they come up with all these theories. So we have to be very careful. Then again, we have so many scientists proposing so many theories. If we believe whatever the material so-called scientists are saying, that is your business. But I do not believe any of their so-called observations in outer space by the blunt material senses can be true without any doubt. So why you doubt Vedas and not scientists? I cannot even see into the next room. How can I see anything very surely so many millions of miles distant? But if someone who has been there tells me, then I can know everything about that place. So we must have to take authority of the experienced persons to get truth. And what experience our so-called scientists have got? Can they deliver even an ant from miserable condition of this spot life, but from birth, death, disease, and old age? No, they have spent simply millions of dollars to make a show of their so-called learning, and the result is a handful of dust. That's all. So we are not very much impressed by them. Neither we take their version as a perfect. Again, another quote, Prabhupada is saying. So which philosophy is better? 50 or 100-year-old Darwin philosophy or eternal Krishna philosophy? Just try to understand. Approach Krishna way of life from every angle. It is perfect. So we need to put some faith in something. Either we put in Krishna or we put faith in scientists. So Prabhupada is challenging here. You can see, you can read Gita, you can understand, you can see from every angle. It's so perfect. If everything is so perfect, why not accept it? Instead of speculating what scientists are doing, as Prabhupada says here, they cannot see even what is there next to. How can they speculate what is millions of miles apart? And who is the source of creation and everything? Nobody can come to conclusion, but just by using these telescopes and things like that. But as Prabhupada is saying, but a person who come from there, Krishna, he's telling the truth, then we should accept it. So that's how the parampara works. So Krishna is telling Brahma, Brahma Nada, you can see the parampara there. Nada, Vyasadeva, and Madhvacharya, and so on. So that's the proper way to receive the knowledge. Not by speculation or not by our own endeavor. We cannot. Even the concept like soul, we cannot just by our own endeavor, we cannot understand. Even we cannot understand the complete workings of mind, intelligence, even the body. Nobody knows even how the body works, why people get diseases. Nobody knows. It just happens. So things like soul, we cannot know. We don't know even about gross material, gross objects. So what about soul? So we have to learn from the Guru. Any questions there? Yes.
Krishna, he was here, like, what is its original form, or is it like a human form, how Rama?
Krishna's the Bhagavan Swayam.
And what about in the last temple, the gods and then disappearing of Krishna? So he left the body, or
He left in the same body, he went to Goloka. He just disappeared.
So it's not like the arrow.
Yeah, arrow is a excuse, but he went back in the same spiritual form. Hare Krishna. So you want to listen to this one? Okay. Can you hear now? Okay. So 11th canto, yeah. Same Krishna, he goes back to Krishna. I mean, he goes back to Goloka. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's what my question was, whether he left the body or
He went to the same spiritual body, yes. Yeah, Krishna's the Bhagavan's name. Mother, you have any answers on that? Okay, any questions on that? The next misconception what Prabhupada is mentioning here is Krishna is impersonal. That's the Krishna is the has no form. That's one of the common misconceptions people have. We've been talking so many times on this topic. There's one misconception like the impersonal Brahman is the personal effulgence of Krishna. So impersonal Brahman, whatever they call it, Nirakar, is nothing but the effulgence of Krishna, from the body of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is also said, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. So this Brahman is situated within me. So from Krishna, the effulgence comes. Just like if you see sun, is bright, you cannot see anything. But if you go deeper, you will see the disk. But from outside, it may look like it's just bright light. The same thing with Krishna. Another quote here. The Mayavadi philosophers strongly think that Krishna loses his own separate existence in his many expansions. This thought is material in nature. We have experienced in the material world that a thing, when fragmentarily distributed, loses its own original identity. But the Mayavadi philosophers fail to understand that absolute means 1 plus 1 equals to 1, and that 1 minus 1 is also equal to 1. This is the case in the absolute world. So Krishna is spiritual. He is not material. So we cannot just add or subtract. When Krishna expands millions, trillions of forms, that doesn't mean that Krishna reduced to zero. Sometimes Maya, the philosophers, they give the example. You just take a paper before your eyes, they will open it, they tear it. It's all the pieces. They throw the pieces. So where is the original paper? So they give this example. But that's with the material energy. Here we're talking about spiritual energy. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevashyate. So spiritual energy, still 1 plus 1 equals 1, 1 minus 1 also equals to 1. It's not 0 or 2. So that's difficult to understand, difficult to conceive that. So that's why we need to guru. We need to learn from spiritual master. It's beyond our mental capabilities. So we have to accept from guru. So another quote here. According to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord is full in 6 opulences. And the rascal impersonalists say that Lord has no form. And the most dangerous accusation for the Lord that he assumes material form when he descends. The impersonalist is of opinion that Absolute has no form, and he appears in a particular type of form according to him of nonsense. The impersonalist presents any form nonsensically by his imagination and worships it as a god. This accusation of Lord is the greatest offense of the nonsense impersonalist. Such offender can never realize the transcendental form of the Lord. The Lord puts such nonsense into more and more darkness so that dangerous impersonalists can never know Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Mayavadis or Nirgunavadis, they speculate. First of all, they say there is no form. And then they say Krishna is a material form. So that's very, very offensive to call Krishna as a material. They commit greatest offense. Why not Krishna? Why cannot Krishna have a form? He is Bhagavan. He is full in opulences. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, they think that Krishna has no form. Krishna has no form. Yes, formless worship. And they say, so formless is the supreme, and Krishna is just material form. So that's the greatest offense. So Bhagavan, the meaning of Bhagavan means he has full opulences. So if Krishna, God is so powerful, if he cannot have form, that means he is not powerful. So if you say I'm a billionaire and I cannot eat, I cannot sleep, I cannot ride, I cannot walk, so does that mean I'm really enjoying? So similarly, if Krishna is source of everything, why cannot he have form? Why cannot he talk? Why cannot he walk? Why cannot he enjoy? Then otherwise, why would we call supreme enjoyer? What do we call? Yes, he has form, but it's not material form. It's a spiritual form. Satchidananda Vigraha. But because we have no experience of that form, we think that Krishna is also like us. We think that Krishna also has material form. That's a misconception. But here we are talking about Krishna. We are just parts of Krishna, but Krishna is complete whole. Just like if you compare sun and sunlight, we are like a sunlight particles, right? All the sunlight particles are living entities, but the sun is Krishna. So sunlight particles, if it falls on your skin, there's no problem. But if you go near sun, you cannot go even a million miles, maybe 50, 60 million miles, you'll be burned to ashes. So that's the difference between us and Krishna. We are parts of Krishna and Krishna is supreme. Right now we have material form. We are also spiritual, but our consciousness is covered by material mind and intelligence. But when we uncover our spiritual form, we also we have spiritual form. But Krishna is always spiritual. He never comes under any material influences, material energy. He is absolutely spiritual personality. Makes sense?
What is the difference? So, think Mayavadi think formless, and Krishna has a material body. But what do they believe in?
That is a good question. You should ask them.
Brahma. They also believe in Supreme Brahman.
They believe in Brahman, effulgence, just the effulgence.
They say effulgence, that's supreme. Brahma, what is it? Brahma, no, there's a quote they say. Brahma Satyam Jagat Nityam. So Brahman is truth, everything else is imaginary or illusion. But again, that raises so many questions. If Brahman is one, then why did we even come under illusion? That means there is a separate existence from the Brahman. Then that means we equate everyone with Krishna. So I am Krishna, you are Krishna, everything is Krishna. And it raises more questions than it really answers anything. If everything is same, it doesn't go anywhere. If I say bring me a glass of water, and you just bring it there and you just drink yourself. Say, what is this? I am thirsty, give me a glass of water. So no, you and me are same. So I drink. You also get your thirst quenched. So it doesn't go anywhere. They'll give so many examples like this earth part. So before earth there is a earth, then they make it. Once it breaks, again it mixes into earth. But there is so many things. But you cannot use earth for storing water, but you can use pot for storing water. So there is a difference. Although it may be same, their use and their availability is different. So we should never be confused with this philosophy. We have to take it as it is from in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, also in the Bhagavad Gita, there's a shloka in the 9:11. If you go to chapter 9:11, chapter 9:11 shloka. Avajaranti mam muda manushim tanumashritam. Param bhavam ajaranto mama bhutva maheshwara. Translation. Fools deride me when I descend in human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as Supreme Lord of all that be. So they think that Krishna comes as a human form. They think he's a normal, ordinary person, maybe a magician, maybe mystic, some mystic power is there. But they do not know Krishna's Parambhava, the transcendental nature of Krishna. And he is the Bhuta Maheshwara, he is the supreme of all living entities. Even when Krishna was there, not all people understood Krishna as devotees understood. Duryodhana, he was seeing Krishna so many times, but he was like, he was thinking he is a great magician. He's doing some tricks with him. So, but there were so many Mayavadis even when Krishna was there. So we had to know, we had to be very careful to fall not into this trap. Okay. Anything else on that point? Again, one quote from Prabhupada. That I said, the spiritual body never changes. When one comes with the spiritual body, there is no change. Material body changes, but God has no material body. The conception of Mayavadi conception that absolute truth is impersonal. When he comes as a person, he accepts a material body that is not understood by those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge or take information from Krishna. Krishna says, Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Tanam Ashrita. Because he appears as a human being, rascals think that he is a human being, but he is not. Param Bhavam Ajananto. He has no knowledge of spiritual body. So another quote from Prabhupada. In this connection, Bhagavatam gives an example that dirt and fire are practically one and the same. From the earth grow trees, and from their wood comes fire and smoke. Nevertheless, for heat, we can utilize the fire, but not the earth, smoke, or wood. Therefore, for the ultimate realization of the goal of life, we are concerned with the fire of the spirit, not the dull wood or earth of matter. Do you understand that example? So, earth and fire. When you say from earth, trees come, from trees, wood comes, and then wood, fire comes. But it doesn't mean that you cannot say earth and fire are equal. You cannot use the earth in place of fire to cook food. So there's a difference. In one sense, they are coming from there, but there's a difference. So Mayavadi's argument is like that, saying that everything is earth, so earth and fire is the same thing. So that's completely silly and childish. Modern philosophers who have poor fund of knowledge simply dismiss the subject by explaining that Krishna means black, not understand the qualities of Krishna. These atheistic rascals do not accept him as a supreme person of Godhead. So another misunderstanding. So Krishna means black, so black means darkness, so we cannot know anything, so it's unknown. Another example, another quote from Prabhupada. Now Krishna is there. We have got Krishna's picture, Krishna's photo, Krishna's temple. So many Krishnas. They are not fictitious. They are not imagination. As Mayavadi philosophers thinks that you can imagine in your own mind. No, God cannot be imagined. That is another foolishness. How can you imagine God? Then God becomes subject matter of your imagination. So sometimes we hear the argument that you can form whatever God, whatever you form, you can just make it up. Then that's your God. That means or Prabhupada explaining here, that means God has come under your control. Then he's not God. God remains supreme. If you can imagine any form, then there's no meaning of God. He is no substance, that is not God. What is imagined, that's not God. God is present before you, Krishna. He comes here on this planet. So, due to poor point of knowledge, Mayavadi philosophers cannot go beyond the Brahman abundance, which may be compared to the sunshine. Again, one more quote. Mayavadi philosophers want to become impersonal, senseless, and mindless, but that's not possible. The living entity must be living, always existing with desires, ambitions, and so on. These should be purified, however, so that one can desire spiritually and be spiritually ambitious, without material contamination. In every living entity, these propensities exist because he is a living entity. So, even they say that we are also nirguna. After our death, we become formless, mindless. We cannot see, we cannot walk. We just become something. I don't know what it is. Nirmala, what is it? Just without anything. But by nature, our soul is so conscious, so active. So we can never become just blank. It's not possible. Okay. So these two are the misconceptions we have to be aware. And these illusions or these misunderstandings can be cleared only through proper guru. And what the illusion? Your Prabhupada explains that the sense of existence separate from Krishna is called Maya. We think that we are separate from Krishna. So that's our problem. We cannot be separate from Krishna. We are part of Krishna, no matter what. But we think, again the word is think, we think that we are separate from Krishna. And we act like independent from Krishna. So that's called Maya. So we created this Maya. It's nothing, Krishna doesn't have Maya. For him, Krishna, there is no Maya. But for us, we created this illusion that we are separate from Krishna. That's causing our misfortune. Although we are separated parts of Krishna, we are nevertheless not different from him. So we and Krishna are made up of same energy, spiritual energy. But again, we're forgetting that. The bodily difference of living entity is Maya, not actual fact. We are all meant to satisfy Krishna. By Maya alone, Arjuna thought the temporary bodily relationship with his kinsman was more important than his eternal spiritual relationship with Krishna. So here example is Arjuna. So in the beginning, he thought the bodily relationship with his kinsman is more important than eternal relationship with Krishna. That is also our problem right now. We think that brothers, sisters, uncles, and everyone is more important than Krishna. We give more relationship importance on the bodily platform. And because of that illusion, that's what he's saying, the Guru will cut this illusion that we are not this body, but the soul, we are part of Krishna. So that's the main purpose of Guru. He cuts the illusion, he clears the illusion. So if a Guru does not do that, then he is not a Guru. If Guru is encouraging your bodily conception of life, encouraging more and more, then he is not a Guru. He is not doing his duty. Yeah.
Then although we are separated parts of Krishna, we are nevertheless not different from him. It
Yeah.
means that there is no difference between us and Krishna, right?
in quality, not in quantity. Yeah. We're all made from spiritual energy. As Krishna explains, Prabhupada explains, Krishna expanded into millions, trillions of living entities. But again, they're all spiritual energies. But it doesn't mean that we are equal to Krishna. It's like an example, sunlight and sun. You cannot take sunlight as equal to sun.
Drop of water also.
Yeah.
Quantity by
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So the sense of being identity apart from Krishna is called Maya. The living entities have separate parts and parcel of Supreme, have purpose to fulfill. Having forgotten that purpose since time immemorial, they are repeated in different bodies, such as men, animals, demigods, etc. Such bodily difference arises from the forgetfulness of transcendental service of the Lord. So our main, so we talked about misconceptions, then illusion. The real knowledge is that we are parts of Krishna, and our position is to serve Him eternally. This transcendental service. So that is the ultimate truth. That is our natural position, to serve Krishna eternally. So that's the real knowledge. And the Guru is the one who helps his disciple to engage him in his Krishna service. Okay.
Another question. The translation which says like living beings are but part of me and that they are in me. What is that they are in me means?
In this shloka,
The translation.
they are mine.
Okay.
So they are in me or mine. So everything is in Krishna. Nothing exists beyond Krishna.
Living beings are the part of Supreme. They evolved from the Supreme.
Yeah.
So they are mine. We evolved from them.
Yeah. Yeah. We are eternal and Krishna is eternal. We are parts of Krishna. At the same time, we are also eternal. Yeah. We always existed. Okay, I'll read one more quote from Prabhupada. Our strength is in following the regulative principles and chanting 16 rounds japa. Then Krishna will give you protection. We don't believe in material protection, like so-called family, friends, etc. So Prabhupada explaining this is our protection. Chanting 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles. 16 plus 4 equals to BTG, back to God. So that's our formula. So if you follow this, we are protected and Krishna will take care. But if you don't do this, then what happens? We have to depend upon so many other things like family, friends, etc. We think that, oh, we have family, they can protect us. So we spend so much time on maintaining the relationship, hoping that somehow they'll protect us. Brother, sister, so many. Father, mothers, and things like that. But ultimately, nobody can protect us. They can come and say nice words. If you're on the bed, they can come and say, okay, how are you, my son? How are you? You can give nice apple juice and things like that. But because ultimately, you are the one who's on the bed and who's suffering and you have to go. just like you had to fly your own airplane. So everyone may say, hey, come on, go, do it. You can do it. Somebody can guide you from the ground. You may have some communication. Take right, take left. But ultimately, you have to, it's in your own hands. So the same way, this body, the soul, you have to fly your own journey, your own flight. You cannot escape that. So that's a fear. People, materialistic people have fear that, fear of death. That's why they try to maintain so many relationships and family and friends, so that hoping that somehow I can get on, I can escape that. But unfortunately, no, nobody escaped so far. Deha patya kalatrishu atmanai atmaschainasva asatvapi tesham pramato nidhanam pasyanapi na pashyati. Persons devoid of Atma Tattva do not inquire into problems of life, being too attached to fallible soldiers like body, children, wife, etc. Although sufficiently experienced, still they do not see the inevitable destruction. We do strongly believe in Krishna's protection. Real spiritual protection is firm faith in Krishna. So go on with your real life as Krishna's devotee. So that's our strength. That's the real knowledge. That Krishna will give us protection. Krishna is supreme, not anything else. So Krishna is the supreme person of Godhead. He is the cause of everything. In Brahma Samhita, it is clearly stated that Krishna is the supreme person of Godhead, the cause of all causes. We are sunshine and Krishna is sun. We already discussed that. When the millions of incarnations are only his different expansions. Similarly, living entities also expansion of Krishna. So as we discussed, living entity is also an expansion. So that's our real identity. So isn't it great to feel that we are part of Krishna, we are expansion of Krishna. We are sons of Krishna. Amrutasya, what is that? Amrutasya Putra. We are sons of eternal, blissful Krishna. But we are rotting in this material world, all the miseries, because we just simply forgot Krishna. That's very unfortunate. The result of receiving knowledge from self-realized soul, or one who knows things as they are, is learning that all living beings are parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord, Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. When one is engaged in transcendental service through Krishna consciousness, one becomes at once liberated from this illusion. One can acquire such pure knowledge by only from the bona fide spiritual master, and thereby avoid the delusion that living entity is equal to Krishna. So the power of transcendental service is that devotional service. We immediately come to we are on liberated stage. As soon as we start serving Krishna, we are on liberated stage already. That's all we need to do. Just engage in Krishna service 24 hours. We need to mold our life. It's a very simple and easy process. Just we need to develop desire, and we need to be willing to cooperate with Krishna. Perfect knowledge is that Supreme Soul, Krishna, is the supreme shelter for all living entities. And giving up such shelter, living entities are deluded by material energy, imagining themselves to have separate identity. Thus, under different standards of material identity, they become forgetfulness of Krishna. When, however, such deluded living entities become situated in Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that they are on the path of liberation, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Muktir hitvanyata rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. Liberation means to be situated in one's constitutional position as the eternal servitor of Krishna. So that's liberation means. To be situated in our own position, transcendental position, that we are servants of Krishna, and our job is to engage in Krishna service. That's the real meaning of liberation. When the living being thinks himself to be enjoyed, that is called false ego. His constitutional position is to serve Krishna. So this false egotism degrades him into pollute the intelligence and the mind. So that's the false ego means we think we are separate from Krishna. Our mind and intelligence are polluted, becomes polluted, and as it becomes more and more, we form our own identities separate from Krishna, and because of that, we get into more and more illusion. And again, Guru is the one who breaks this illusion. So the real Guru is the one who shows who is Krishna and what is our connection with Krishna, and engages in Krishna service. So that's the definition of real Guru. Who does that? If not, then we will be just rotting this material world. There are so many gurus, they don't talk about Krishna. They don't even speak about Gita. They don't speak about Bhagavatam. They don't even mention the name of God. There are so many big ashrams. Just stress, relieve stress, breathe, inhale and exhale kind of process. But that's not going to save anything. We have perfect health, but what is the point? We have to take death. We have to die. We may breathe perfectly. Maybe we may live for 100 years. But what is the point? We have to die.
Yesterday we had a couple of people who were saying that they have whatever they have so heard or practiced about yoga, they were only physical exercises. So they were saying we were looking for something more deep. So they were also saying the same thing as similar.
Who?
The people that we met in the
Yesterday?
event.
Okay.
At least two of them shared the same thing. They said all that we've been doing about yoga is only stretching.
Yeah.
We wanted to know more about it, something deeper.
Yeah, how long can you stretch the body? You may have perfect body, but disease come no matter what. Old age will come, death will come. So going to gym, you spend so many hours every day, make perfect body. What is that? 6-pack? But when Krishna comes as a death, 6-pack or 12-pack, it will not help. It will just kill in a moment. So that's the illusion. Those who are teaching that, they're just prolonging their illusion. They're actually creating they're doing violence to those souls because they're just prolonging their life in this material form. When they finish, they will take another body. And because of that, both Guru and disciples both are going to hell. A blind man leading the blind man. Okay, any more questions or comments? So having obtained your knowledge from a self-reliant soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. But by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of supreme, or in other words, their mind. So that's the real knowledge. That we see that we are souls, and everyone else also. We see everyone else also, and we see Krishna. So that's the real seeing. Anything other than that is not knowledge, and it's not who is not giving this knowledge is not a real Guru. Okay. Any questions, Harsha Prabhu?
Regarding that body thing, I've heard this already just a part of the shloka. Deham khalu dharmakaranam.
what are the translation means? They have bodies for performing dharma. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam says you should keep healthy body healthy in such a way that that's good enough for doing service to Krishna. It doesn't mean that we neglect the body. It doesn't mean that we just get diseases and think that this is my whatever karma or something like that. So we should try to keep the body healthy. Doesn't mean that we should go to gym and spend 6 hours. We should not be too much obsessed with body. That's the point. We should know the fact that Krishna is supreme, and we are not these bodies, but ultimately we are the souls. But it doesn't mean also that we should neglect the body. We should keep it, and especially if you follow Bhakti Yoga, you automatically keep it healthy because you are eating prasadam, vegetarian, sanctified food, and yeah, we're supposed to take 3 times shower. So if you do all these things, naturally body will be fit. So that's yeah. Any questions? Yeah, Yuktahara Viharasya. Yeah. And there are so many fasting days. If you follow the fasting, Ekadashi and all this, you'll be naturally healthy and wealthy. So yeah, we have to keep the body fit. Doesn't mean that we ignore the body. So it's saying it's like a bad bargain. We got this body, which is the source of all miseries. The body, as it keeps getting old, it just misery, just diseases, source of diseases. When you're young, kid like Amrita, there's no problem, right? Body is healthy and
She will not agree to that.
that's once, but normally she's healthy, right? But as you keep going old, 40, 50, 60, then you get all these kinds of problems. Diabetes and whatnot, BP, cholesterol. Just you think one point, what is this body is doing for me? Well, just a source of trouble. So that is a fact. So we need to understand that also. So what we are against is just thinking that body is our own self, and we just keep maintaining the body without worrying about soul. So that's what Gita doesn't recommend that. Okay, Prabhu? Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Normally, people who take care too much the body, they will not be following rules and everything.
Yeah, because there's no time.
They know time.
If you spend 2 hours every day makeup, then where is the time for chanting 16 hours? You have 8 hours of work, 9 hours of, including 9 hours, 1 hour for traveling, 9 hours and 2 hours, 11 hours gone right there. Sleeping 8 hours. If you want to maintain a good body, good looks, you need to sleep for 8 hours. That's what doctors recommend. So 11 plus 8, 19 hours gone. So what is left? And you need to go 2 hours gym to maintain that body, perfect body.
And eating is required.
And eating is required. So what you got? Nothing. So if you spend too much time on the body, so then you need to, so you form an identity, body as a soul, and it will be disappointing because as you see one thin, one white hair, there will be so much concern. It's like a wall falling. So, oh my God, I'm getting old. Or if someone calls your auntie or uncle, that is what happened to me. I was so young. Now kids are calling me auntie, uncle, and slowly grandpa, grandma. So it will be kind of devastating for them because the identification of the body, they cannot just digest. You see any movie actors who were very in good limelight when they were young, they just hide from the publicity when they grow old. Because they get all the wrinkles and everything. They try to cover so much makeup and everything, but still you cannot hide everything. So they don't come in public. Even if someone take a snap, I'll say, no, I don't want to. Because they used to be so proclaimed as beautiful and things like that. So some people cannot even digest that fact their whole life. Their self-esteem will go down and so many problems because of that. Some people even take rebellious actions, they get into so many things to forget that drugs and intoxication. So many problems just because of identifying with the body. It can go to any level. It looks like a simple thing, but just forgetting from Krishna causes so many troubles one after another. And we got very fortunate position. We are part of Krishna. And imagine we are an expression of Krishna. We just need to realize that and accept our position and serve Krishna. That's all we need to do. But unfortunately, we just want to be independent. We want to do everything except serving Krishna. We will find any excuse to serve Krishna. For our sense gratification, we can do anything. We can go to any level. We can do 19 hours working days. But when you serve Krishna, I don't have time. 1 hour, my God, 1 hour for Krishna. What am I going to do?
Find ways to do it in a quick way.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you see the people, they're going to movie. You see on the time. Everyone is on time before half an hour. Somebody just come to temple. Here you go. Like that. So just we need to change our consciousness. We need to show more interest in Krishna and less in the other worldly things. That will solve our problem eternally. Okay, anything else?
Just on the previous shloka, translation, Krishna says, approaching me for approaching the spiritual truth.
Yes.
So I was wondering that this is the first place where, or this is the only place that I have come across where Krishna says need for approaching a guru. Is there any other, just for reference, is there any other place where Krishna says?
So in this chapter only, in the beginning, Krishna says not directly but indirectly says kings learn in this knowledge through parampara, disciple succession. Evam parampara praptana vadarsha. Sakala Niramato Yoganashta Smarantapa. Right? Yeah. So he indirectly told that. Then again, 13th chapter is just the knowledge. He explains about 13 or 14 elements. What constitutes knowledge? And one of the item is approaching Guru. So yeah, Krishna explains in a couple of places about Gita. Yeah, but this is the one main shloka. Yeah. Yes. Any other comments or questions? Srinath Prabhu? Dinesh Prabhu? Shrikant? Ravi Prabhu? Nandakishore? Mother is? Amrita? It's been a long time. Who is Krishna?
Supreme Personality.
That you will not forget. So we speak all the to say anything you will say Krishna is Supreme Personality. Don't ask more deeply, but anything for everything is Krishna answer. Standard answer. That's good at least. Okay, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Chai. Okay, Prabhu. Not the later. Prabhu. Okay, thank you, brother. Very good. So you want to do chanting with us? Okay.
That's so special, but we can hear chanting.
Yeah, they're saying that you cannot pass only prasadam, but you can chant at least.
WhatsApp messages. What is a picture on WhatsApp?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, we're about to start chanting. Yeah, yeah. Jai Shri Krishna, Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare
Radha Sankirtan ki
Jai.
Okay, Hare Krishna Prabhu. For the next week. Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
It was good last week.
So it was